Welcome to the Find Your Soul show for 2022. Today we're going to be jumping into the new year with a very special, my focus this year is going to be on the moon, the cycles of the moon for each week. So each week I'm going to jump in and talk to you about either the full moon, the new moon, the waxing or the waning cycle of the moon, depending on that energy and what sign it's in, so that you can be aware of the energies that are not only happening within yourself, but also happening on a grander scale. So this week, today we're going to be talking about the last quarter moon in Scorpio, because that is the energy that is this week. And I've got Yasmin Boland's Moonology Manifestation deck that she has just released, and this is the last quarter moon in Scorpio card, and it's absolutely gorgeous, as you can see. And the energy of this week for you in regards to that is to reveal what needs to be seen. So our energy this week is all about, I think it's interesting to look at the words that are said there. Reveal what needs to be seen. So Scorpio is all about diving deep. Scorpio is about, getting into the deeper meaningful conversations. And sometimes we need to be careful about who we have those deeper meaningful conversations with. So if you are feeling the need to have a deeper meaningful, a D&M with someone, just be discerning about who you have those conversations with this week in particular, because Scorpio is going to want to, that energy of Scorpio is encouraging you to go deeper. And so we want to make sure that we are talking to the right people, because you and I both know that if we start talking deep and meaningful with somebody who's not ready or not in a space of listening authentically or kindly to us, you can reveal and open your heart to somebody and be really, vulnerable, and that person might not be the right person to listen to that information. So this week, just be mindful of that you're going to feel like you want to, but let's just pick and choose who we do that with, just so that we're putting ourselves in a space of always preserving our energy. And I talk about that a lot with my Reiki students, with my coaching students, with any of my clients that come to me who are feeling drained, who are feeling exhausted, who are feeling like they're just not feeling a bit resentful, maybe, that, every time they share something with somebody, it comes back to bite them in the ass. Does anyone feel like that? That when you share something, that it kind of comes back and, the person tells somebody else in your family, or, it's that energy of, that gossipy energy that can be really not helpful when you're in the space of wanting to share your heart, share what's going on in your space. So, who's on today? Say hello from wherever you are coming in, and hopefully I'll be able to see you. It's lovely to be here again, back in our wellness community, and sharing with you this beautiful energy of the moon, as well as the skills and tools that I have to share with you. So let's talk a little bit more about the last quarter moon in Scorpio, because that is the energy of this week. So Yasmin talks about here that this card is about two forces at play, and that neither wants to budge. So there's the strong, being strong is good, being stubborn, not so good. So if you feel like that energy is kind of coming up this week, where you're, feeling a bit stubborn, a bit, sticky heels in the ground, then that's not going to be helpful to you. So strength is great, stubborn, not so great. The other thing to be aware of this week is that when you no longer feel the need to tell everyone what you're manifesting, you're ready to start manifesting. So I remember listening to, Louise Hay, and a number of people have talked about, while you're in that process of creation, while you're in that process of getting something ready, keep it to yourself in terms of, let that gestate, let that idea gestate, let it come to you with ease, and let it, what's the word, marinate. And that before you start to, go out there in the world and tell everybody about it. And it's so interesting because the other side of the coin, which is, people like Denise Studfield Thomas, who talks about manifesting, Yasmin Boland, who talks about manifesting, they always come from that space of, you need to put your desires out there into the universe. You need to set your intentions, put your wishes out there, and set your goals. Don't blow out the candle and then keep that wish to yourself. It's actually really important that you speak what you want out loud, because manifesting just means to make real. So we want to actually make sure that is actually clear to the universe, to the world, to everyone around you, to yourself, that what you want is what you want to make real. And so, that whole idea of keeping it to yourself, completely to yourself, is, there are different ways of thinking about this. And maybe you keep it to yourself when you're first thinking about the idea, but then you want to get it out to the universe as soon as possible and let everybody know. And one of the things that's happening on the 31st of January is I am going to help you to manifest and set your intentions for 2022. So if you haven't done that yet, or you need to tweak your intentions for the year, you might like to join me on Monday night at 6:30 for a 2-hour workshop, and we're going to go through some extra clearing of 2021 with the angels, a beautiful archangel prescription to help you clear the gunk from 2021. And then we're going to move into that space of setting your intentions using the energy of the new moon, which is on the 1st of February. And the new moon energy is in Aquarius. So it's all about planning and setting your intentions. So it's the perfect time to do that. And the third thing we're going to do is just for fun, because a lot of people are going to put on their list of manifestations for the year that they want more abundance, more money. So we're going to do a bit of a tapping just for fun to tap for $50,000, which is, it's not my tapping script, but it's a bit of fun. And Margaret Lynch, who's an awesome tapping coach, she doesn't just do tapping, but she's a life coach. She does this really funny script called Tapping for $50,000. So if you'd like to join me on Monday night at 6:30, you are more than welcome. You can just get in your PJs, jump online, and you will be able to just join me. And you can even not, put your video like to here so that we can't see that you've got your PJs on. You can even bring your food, like cook your food, bring it and come and join us and eat with me if you want to, because it's 6:30 till 8:30 on Monday night. So I'm really excited for you to join me. And if you'd like to join that workshop, I'll put the link below in the comments so that you can join that New Moon, New Year workshop. I would love to have you there, and we can dive into that energy of the new moon in Aquarius and get you set up for the new year. I'm so excited. It's going to be really fun. And I throw in a chant, and there's even a Valentines spell for love if you're wanting to create love this year. So that's what's coming up on Monday. So I just wanted to throw that in there while we're talking about moon stuff. So when you're using the energy of Scorpio, which is this week, our last quarter moon in Scorpio, you might like to use some crystals, because crystals are great for helping us when it comes to manifesting. If you're doing meditation, or if you just want to carry the crystals, you know, in your bra or in your pocket. I was telling a client the other day that when I first started using crystals, I used to put them like in my bra and whatever, and I have one down the middle. I used to have one that I'll put down the middle of the bra, and then one on either side, and in my pockets and stuff like that. And I was teaching a class, and I went to lean over to say something to someone on the other side of the table, and this crystal just went boing and like jumped out of the between my breasts onto the table, and everyone sort of looked at me like, what's going on here? And then everybody just burst into laughter. It was one of the funniest things ever, because they were fairly, you know, tightly wedged in, I thought, but apparently not, because it just jumped out and fell on the table, which was fabulous. Very funny. And then it started a whole conversation about, you know, where do you put your crystals, you know, to keep them safe. And then somebody told me that there's a lady, I'm sure you could Google it, but she used to make these little pouches that you could put your crystal for the day in, and it would actually clip, had a little clip or a safety pin that attached to your bra. So you could actually have it at that heart chakra level, but not have it in the bra, so to speak, and it would just sort of sit on the outside, which was really quite cute. So, you know, there's always people thinking about these ideas. If you have an idea like that, then maybe that's something you could put in your intentions for 2022. Inventing something cool, something new. Setting up a business. Maybe we need to talk about that. So let's talk about manifesting with the Scorpio moon. So there are crystals that are especially good for working with the sign of Scorpio. One is garnet, which those of you who know garnet, it's like a red stone. This one, like this one. And you might, or there's pyrite, peridot, lepidolite, azurite, and then black obsidian. This is a black obsidian. It's actually a snowflake obsidian, because it's got the little white dots on it. But black obsidian is just plain black, obviously. I couldn't find my plain black one, so I just want to show you the snowflake obsidian. So these ones are all really beautiful for working with the energy of the Scorpio moon, the last quarter moon in Scorpio this week, okay? Up until the 1st of February, which is when the new moon is happening. So you just choose one, and then visualize that luminous, aquamarine, beautiful light swirling around you, and you can keep that close to you, or you can actually put that crystal, that obsidian or garnet, or a peridot or azurite, whichever one you feel drawn to. You put those you could also put them into a crystal grid, which you know, is a good idea as well, to have it available to you for this week. So, morning, Michelle. So, your affirmation for this week, your manifestation affirmation for the last quarter moon in Scorpio is, I know that dramas now are healing. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Let's say that again. It was like, what? I know that dramas are healing now. I know that dramas are healing now. And that's so interesting because, you know, Scorpio, because it does go really deep, and you do feel that energy of like really wanting to, you know, talk about your issues and things. You get that, feel compelled at this time to talk about your issues. This, that affirmation of, you know, letting go of drama is really interesting. You could also say the affirmation, I now let go of the energy of drama and get my energy from peace. Because a lot of us use drama to get energy. We use gossip, we sometimes we create when we get bored, human beings, we get bored and we create drama for ourselves to give ourselves energy. So maybe your affirmation for 2022, your intention could be to get your energy from peace rather than drama. That might be an interesting energy for the year. And the best time to work your magic for the moon in Scorpio is on a Tuesday. So we're on Thursday now, but if you were going to work with the energy of Scorpio just in general, then a Tuesday is a good day to work with that energy. And so this is really cool because we are moving into, it's a really good way of settling into this moon energy is about friction, like using the energy of friction to create something that is like a pearl. So, that whole concept of, in the clamshell, that the little bit of dirt or a little bit of sand that gets into the clamshell is, gradually it's covered with this special coating that the clam makes so that it actually becomes a pearl. So I really love that concept of the pearl, because when I'm teaching my Reiki classes, I talk about preserving your energy. And rather than coming from that space of, let's protect ourselves from all the people out there who are trying to hurt us, which is coming from a place of fear, I talk about preserving your energy. So let's work from that space of doing our, cutting cords from people who are dramatic, who are, might not be serving us. Let's work from that perspective of, filling yourself up with beautiful healing light and surrounding yourself with a mesh of preservation. And I like to call it a mesh because rather than thinking of it as a cloak of invisibility, which some people in the past, our light worker, grandmothers have talked about putting a cloak around ourselves, a shield of light, white light, for example. And that can be wonderful if you want to be invisible. But if you want to actually still interact with people, if you want to be able to, still have loving, heartfelt, beautiful interactions with people, and you don't want to be completely invisible, then you need to have a flow of energy, like osmosis in the cells. You need to have energy flowing in and energy flowing out. We don't necessarily want to have people who are negative and, toxic and those sorts of people around us, but we don't want to be completely invisible, and I know of people who have put, a white light or a cloak of, around themselves to keep themselves protected around their business, for example, and then they wonder why they haven't got any clients because people can't see them. People can't see them if they've got a cloak of invisibility around themselves to protect themselves. So I suggest that you use a mesh instead, a silver mesh, a rainbow mesh, something that will actually preserve your energy and allow the flow of the good stuff to come through. Sort of a bit like if you imagine, like an orange bag, those orange bags that have the little holes in them so that the energy can flow between. I love using a rainbow mesh because then it covers all my bases in terms of energy from a chakra perspective, and that means that you don't have to think about a particular color unless you want to. You might be particularly leaning towards having a pink mesh today because you want to amplify and preserve that energy of love, self-love perhaps. And that means that you're going to attract more people who are all in that same space of self-love. Maybe you want to put a yellow mesh of protection around yourself if you feel like you need a little bit of extra confidence. And you want to, meet lots of other people who are feeling confident. Maybe you want to put an energy that's like a purple mesh around yourself, you know, tapping into that third eye, that psychic ability, you know, that intuition, and connect with other people who have that psychic ability and intuition. So moving through that space, you can pick any colors of the chakra and put a mesh around yourself so that you actually have that, you know, it's like an intention, like we were talking about, setting your intentions, and it's also keeping you preserved in the energy and the intention that you want to be in for that day. And that works a whole lot better than putting a cloak around yourself that actually stops anyone from seeing you altogether. Unless, of course, you actually are in a dangerous part of a city, or you actually want to be, you know, you need to be invisible for some reason. Being aware of it is the most important thing. Morning, Kerry. Nice to see you. So feel free to put some comments below if you're having some aha moments. And I'll just remind you that we've been talking about the last quarter moon in Scorpio today, which is all about revealing what needs to be seen and not everything. You don't have to reveal everything about yourself to everyone that you meet. And that's also helpful when it comes to the cloak, the mesh of protection as well. Another little thing, just as a reminder when you're doing your preservation work, is to remember to do your cleanse, tone and moisturize. As the wonderful Kyle Gray says, you need to clear anything, any lower energies, and then tone. Make sure that you put in whatever it is that you need in your space in terms of light, for example, and then moisturize. There's the mesh of protection. So I like to do a little Archangel Michael ritual each day, maybe before and after when I see my clients as well, just to keep myself preserved and in that high vibrational space. So it only takes me about 30 seconds to do. It's a little mini kind of visualization. And when I say it, I usually find that Michael and the angels do what needs to be done without me having to, you know, kind of think about it too hard. But what I say, and I'll say it for you, for us all, everyone who's watching this today, this is my little preservation ritual. So I say, Archangel Michael, please vacuum me of any lower energies within my body, mind, and spirit. Take a breath. And then I say, please fill me up with white and gold light. Fill me up all the way to the top of my head, to the tips of my fingers, to the tips of my toes. And breathe. And then I ask him to cut any cords from anyone that might be draining me, any cords of fear, anything from yesterday, from the previous client. And just feel any cords. Whew, sometimes I get a bit of a shiver when he cuts the cords. And then I ask Archangel Raphael to please heal and seal these cords of fear from both ends, for everyone's highest good. Very important that you ask him to do both ends so that that cord can't reattach. That energetic cord that's attaching you to a conversation or a person or a place, a past memory. I guess all memories are past, aren't they? But anyway. And then finally, I ask Archangel Michael to put that beautiful rainbow mesh of preservation around me so that only the good stuff can come in. And you can pick a particular colour if you prefer, or you can go with the rainbow mesh, and then you're covered for everything, literally. Yay! So thanks, Michelle. I love the Archangel prescriptions as well. So we are going to be doing an Archangel prescription for the new year, on Monday night at my New Moon, New Year online workshop. So if you would like an Archangel prescription, that's one of the things that we're going to be doing on Monday night. You're more than welcome to join me. I'm going to put the link in the comments below so that you can check it out. And there's lots of bonuses as well. If you get your ticket, it's $97 and it's a 2-for-1 offer. So you can actually bring a friend, share the cost if you want to, or you can come along on your own, but I'd love it if you bring a friend, because why not? You've got a free ticket. So it's $97, or you can get one for $147, which gives you a free recording of the workshop. It's a 2-hour workshop, and we're going to be setting our intentions. We're going to be clearing the gunk from 2021. We're going to be doing an Archangel prescription. We're going to be doing some chanting and some setting of intentions for the year. And you'll also get some bonuses like my Find Your Soul journal in a digital version, and also the questions that you can ask yourself on all of the different new moons for the rest of the year, just to help you with your journaling as well. So lots of bonuses, lots of yummy stuff. As I say, I'll pop the link in the comments in just a moment. And that was all I had for you today. So I hope that you enjoyed the new quick and easy Find Your Soul show, focusing on the moon. Today was the last quarter moon in Scorpio. And so I hope you enjoyed that. And it's lovely to see you, lovely to be back on the Find Your Soul show. And I look forward to seeing you next week, because next week is New Moon Week. So we're going to talk about the new moon in Aquarius, which is Aquarius. You know it. You know you're singing the Aquarius song. Every time I hear Aquarius, I sing the song from that movie. Yeah. So, lovely to see you. Lovely to be here. Take care. Have a wonderful week. And I hope to see you on Monday night at the workshop if you'd like to join me. Otherwise, I will see you next week, Thursday morning, 9 o'clock. Thanks, everyone. This is Pip Coleman. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.